Hello, friends. It's been a while since I've shared here. Um, yeah, maybe a couple of years now. And there's a lot to update. Um, when I feel into my heart, I feel a tremendous amount of sadness and grief, loss. I'm also just noticing that I'm feeling very self-conscious sharing this rawly to people that I don't even know who's watching this. Um, I also don't even know why I'm recording this video, but it just feels like I need to start putting myself out there to start sharing again. It's been a while. Um, a couple years ago, I started this series inspired by a friend in the jungle in the rainforest of Brazil with the Yawanawa tribe, and I did a few videos and then stopped and was really went on working on this hedge fund with a goal of donating profits to protecting the Amazon, especially having just been in the Amazon. I felt so moved to protect it, and I had been running a fund before that, but it was on this crypto exchange that just blew up. But then we got some of the funds back and we invested again, and while it did well for a while, it eventually, it did not work out, and I'm closing it down now. But it's been it's definitely been a journey, and it's this something I wanted to talk about actually is how do we find joy? How do we find resilience in the hardest of times? Imagine that one day you you lose all of your money, and not only that, but all of the money that your friends invested with you. And it happens to be a lot of friends. And a lot of them are close friends, and some of them invested their life savings with you. And you've even made some promises to them, guarantees that you're going to pay them back, or you're going to, like, you've not pay them back, but you're guaranteeing them their funds, and this all happens like overnight. And so, suddenly you feel like you've lost everything. You've lost all your financial resources and your social connections. Um, what do you do in that moment? And especially when the amount of obligations is, you know, it could take some people a lifetime to work it off. So I mean that this was the predicament I faced a few years ago, and I did the only thing I knew how to do then, which was to dance and to sing. And that really got me through it. I'm really grateful for that. Um, and recently I've been going through another challenge, a health related challenge that prevents me from dancing too vigorously. This used to be my go to is dance and kung fu, working out, vigorously, and also cold plunges, saunas, and that sort of thing. And yeah, with the health challenges, I cannot push my body as much as I used to, and so it's like the things I used to go to, my crutches, I couldn't do that anymore. So what do I do? Well, I was left with no other options but to just sit there and to just feel the emotion. And that's actually been the simplest and the most powerful practice I found. So, I'm gonna just demonstrate it right now and just, show you what I mean by that. So, yeah, as you can see, there's some emotion moving, some yawns, some body movements, and some tearing up too. And I can't really explain how I do it. It almost feels like explaining how to ride a bicycle, but I almost just allow myself to feel, um, to notice what's there and allow it to move however it wants to move. And I think, I've done a number of somatic practices, somatic experiencing, focusing, IFS, of course, dance, meditation, that all have helped me learn how to just allow it. So, yeah, I don't know if I can, um, maybe in another video, I can go into depth and share and try to explain the process, but maybe just for now, even just sharing um, uh, this little demo of it, maybe it can inspire you um, to see that it's possible to, within a few seconds, access any emotion that's there and allow it to move. And it's this I feel like that's really um, helped bring a lot of centering and calm to me over the last few years when just the challenges have been immense. And to go through it and stay with an open heart, um, to not numb, to not try to distract myself with you know all the distractions that we know of the modern world, right? But to just stay present, because I've had to do that to, well, both for myself, but also to be able to maintain connections with all the people who I've impacted in my life. So, and in this way, there's a saying, "Só alegria," that I love to say. It's Portuguese, means only joy, and I'm even in the worst of times, when everyone is angry at me, when my closest friends are, you know, upset with me, when I've lost everything, when I've lost everything, yeah, and don't even have good health, and have a constant headache. This is the simple practice that I did to get me through it, and it was so simple. I just had to go to a chair and just sit, and no instructions. I would just sit for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Um, the first time I did this was a year ago. I sat for 7 days just in nature without food, just fasting. And that was all the instruction I needed. I just knew that I needed to be in nature without any phone, without any digital, any distractions, and with no prompts or guidance or anything. I don't need to meditate. I don't need to pray. I don't need to do anything. I just need to isolate myself in nature and allow this intense process I was going through to just unfold. And that was how I learned how to do this. And now I can just, yeah, within seconds access it. But yeah, it's a practice I do. I just go and sit for And it's like, can you just sit still? I mean, you don't have to be perfectly still, but just sit for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and allow yourself to be bored. But I'm never bored. Things are constantly shifting, moving. It's like watching a movie from the inside. So, okay. Thank you for, watching to this point. I hope this has been interesting or useful. And yeah, if it has been, maybe drop a comment. Tell me what you like to hear in the future. And it just feels good to me to start sharing myself again. I felt very isolated in the last few years, and this running a hedge fund it's not me. But sharing myself openly with an open heart, that is more me. So getting back into this, seeing what comes. I have, I'll share more about my life, what's been going on. But yeah, good to drop in with you all. Until next time, blessings.